Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Weather News Have Been On Show. Now, in the last episode here on the Weather News Have Been On Show, we did a lot of things. We played Jeopardy, we did Power Rangers Jeopardy, some Harry Potter, we did some Lord of the Rings, Star Wars. If you want us to do more of that, and either with more people or just us again, let us know in the comments down below. But the main thing that we did in the last episode was we played Minecraft for the first time in a long time on YouTube. And we went into the back rooms. That was fun. That was a very interesting video, to say the least, as we got scared to death. Yeah. Probably the first and only scary game that we've ever played on the channel. And it took us 50 minutes to complete that one section. But it was a lot of fun. If y'all want us to play more of Minecraft, not just the back rooms or any map at all, let us know in the comments down below. Now, in today's episode, we are doing two different things, once again. As you read the title, we are going to be talking and reviewing two movies that are in the title of this video, Napoleon and Requiem for a Dream. We watched those after we filmed the episode that we did last week, and at the end of this video, if y'all want to go to the chapters down below and skip to those parts of us reviewing the movies, you can, if you don't want to watch us talk about what we're going to talk about first. But yes, we watched Napoleon, and we watched Requiem for a Dream. That's such a hard word to say. Requiem for a Dream. But we watched both of those on, I believe, we watched Napoleon Friday night, and then we watched Requiem for a Dream Saturday morning. Great time to watch that one. Yeah. But that was actually the second time I watched it. It was the first time Dawson's watched it. But the second time was worse than the first time. As we'll get into later. But the first part that we're going to do here on the video, we are going to look at some Kamen Rider Saber forms. Now, there was a guy who, I think it was a guy, he DM'd us on Weather News Have Been On's Instagram account a week after we did the most hated video on our channel. And he wanted us to look at these different Kamen Rider Saber forms. Who was the guy that suggested this to us?
His name is Belenio Gamer 8275.
Now, if that's the wrong guy, let us know in the comments.
But we think it is him.
Yeah, we think it is him, but if it's the wrong guy, let us know in the comments. Because I know that the guys commented on several of our videos, so we're like, let's do it.
He's asked us to do a couple of different things. He's asked us to do reacting to openings, so just like regular openings. Yeah. And react to just more Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, and Ultraman stuff again. Okay. So.
Which we will probably do in the future. We've talked about reacting to Kamen Rider series, Power Ranger series, Super Sentai, Ultraman. So we've talked about watching series of stuff on the show, which we might do, because most of those episodes are like less than 20 minutes or 30 minutes long. So we might actually do that on the show.
And get more hate from it.
But if y'all like to see that, let us know. But we're going to look at some Kamen Rider Saber forms. Now, we have reacted to the Kamen Rider Saber suit before in our Kamen Rider ranking video. I cannot remember what we ranked it at all, but I remember liking the Kamen Rider Saber
Let's
suit.
Just start off the video with, this is a pile of
this is the pile of crap.
I'm just kidding.
We're gonna look at all of these, and we don't have paper to write down for like a ranking, but we'll probably just give him a ranking. And there's different types of information about these suits, and y'all will get to see the suits as we talk about them on the screen, because I think they're all on individual pages, and there is 21 of them. So this should be very interesting. So as you can see on the screen right now, we have got the brave dragon form, the fire swordman. And it says down below, the motif on the chest is an eagle. It's based off of a Chinese fairy tale, Journey to the West. The left shoulder, which it says I guess is based off of a Buddhist monk staff. And then the left forearm is a monkey king. I can kind of see it, but
there's a lot going on there.
There is a lot going on. That's the Crimson Dragon form I just said. I said the wrong one. But the Brave Dragon form's on the top, and I'll show both of those as we look at it here. I do like the dragon one.
Yeah, the regular one looks cool. The Crimson Dragon form, there's just...
Which I think that's just the regular Kamen Rider Saber suit. Is that one.
I would say so.
But the Crimson Dragon one looks like a bulkier, like a power-up.
Yeah.
Which that's what they are. Is the forms are power-ups. They got different powers and stuff.
Me and Trace have already talked about how the fact of usually we don't like the bulkier power-up stuff.
Well, because how are you supposed to fight in something like that?
Yeah.
But I will say the Japanese people know how to make it work, so
they make it work.
They do. They make it work.
I will say I like the dragon symbol on the shoulder.
Yeah.
I like that, and like on it, and also the whole like with it red, white, and black. Mm-hmm. The white in the middle kind of reminds me of Overdrive.
Oh yeah.
Their suits, just with different arms.
Yeah. I thought it was cool that the dragons like the whole thing's on his arm. Mm-hmm. The whole dragon is covering his arm.
I do like that. I don't really like the flames on the mask right there. I mean, it's kind of cool because it's fitting, but I don't.
Well, he's a fire swordman.
Yeah.
All the swordsmen are like all different like elements and stuff. I think or different types of. But whatever.
I just think that's kind of weird.
Granted, we've never watched the show. I want to say that, so if people comment saying y'all have never seen the show, y'all have no idea. It's because we haven't.
Babies.
We haven't. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
I'm gonna give my full criticism because I don't give a crap what y'all think. Still about this.
Yeah.
So, because I like it. Me and Trace have talked about it. We do like the stuff, and some of the stuff is cool. We just haven't seen a lot of it, and we said that in the last film, and y'all were like, well, y'all don't even know what y'all are talking about. But it's because we haven't seen it.
No.
So we haven't really seen it, but I mean, we'd like to.
That's why we're trying to watch them on the show.
Yeah.
And potentially.
And like what we said before, this is our opinion. If you don't like our opinion, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you get butthurt over the fact that you don't like our opinion.
I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
I'm not sorry, really. But
I would say...
Get over yourself.
That one's probably the best one so far, even though it's the first one.
I think it looks cool.
That one... I get what they're doing with the Crimson Dragon, but I get it because most of the power-up stuff is always bulky, like with Power Rangers and stuff, too. And Sentai.
Cool.
So, all right, on to the next page.
Next,
we've got the Kamen Rider Saber Draconic Knight form on the top. That's what's on the top right now.
Can you zoom into the top one?
I can zoom in. Yes.
We'll talk about this one at a time. All right, here we go.
Oh gosh, too much.
There we go.
Now we'll do it individually. The Draconic Knight form. I kind of like it.
I do too.
It's more. I guess I like it more because it's more symmetrical.
Yeah.
Than the other two.
It's a little bit more fitting.
Yeah.
I like the boots. The way how it's like armor coming down right there.
I mean, it is a knight form.
That just kind of reminds me of the White Drago Ranger.
Yeah.
Thunder.
Yeah. It's quite funny.
Yeah, I actually like it. I wish, like I said, this is my opinion. I wish on the visor these were not as long as what they were.
I feel like if you were fighting with them, they'd get chipped off.
Yeah.
Or something.
Break off.
But that was that one. This is the primitive dragon form.
I like the color.
The motif is a dragon skeleton.
I don't like the helmet.
There's a lot going on with the helmet.
I do not like the helmet.
There's a lot
the helmet looks a little goofy. But the armor looks cool. I like the color. That turquoise color.
Yeah.
The turquoise color and the blue actually go
I will
well
give Japan props.
Skeleton? Yeah, I could see that with the dragon.
I'll give them props. They pick the colors out pretty well.
Can you zoom in on that picture right there? I don't like that. Whatever's going on right there, I don't like it.
It looks like a symbol of some sort.
It looks like a picture that's like drawn onto it.
There might be something in it.
I don't like that.
I don't know.
It's so weird.
All right, moving on.
Next.
We've got it's the same thing. There's more pictures if you want to look at them.
Yeah, see, it's like a drawing on the armor.
Yeah. Oh, it says lion. It's a lion or something other.
I don't like that.
Looks like he's grabbing his boob.
Bob.
Next we've got the elemental dragon form, which is fire, water, thunder, earth, basically all the elements.
There's a lot going on.
That is, man, he is on fire.
Literally.
He is literally on fire. I like it, but I don't think the cape needs to be there. Because there's already a lot.
Once again, I'm not a big fan of the fire going on with the visor.
And then people in the comments will be like, that's the whole character, fire.
That's the whole character. I get that the whole character's fire, but I mean, all the Ninja Storm Rangers deal with the elements.
Yes.
But this Kamen Rider,
and he's not on fire.
Not on fire. I'm just saying, I don't like the visor being like that. Like, you could have done a little bit more of a, like, I guess a simplisticer visor to make it still go with the theme.
It also looks like a mustache.
It does kind of look like a mustache.
Well, not right there, but right there it does.
Oh
boy. Yeah, that just looks like he's on fire.
Yeah.
I like it, though. I like the colors. I think that's why I like it.
I like the colors of it. It looks cool.
All right.
Wait, go back up.
Whoa, never mind.
I like the fact that the bone one is on this shoulder, and then the fire one
is on that shoulder. That's probably water.
Cool.
I think it's water and fire coming together.
Probably. Looks cool.
That's smart. Same or no? This is not. This is the emotional. Oh, emotional. They didn't type it right. Emotional dragon. Emotional. With a dragon's face on the front of it.
I actually like that. That's cool.
I do like the dragon's face on the front of it.
I don't like the helmet.
Yeah, they get more longer.
There's a lot going on.
The helmets get more longer.
Yeah.
I bet our reaction to watching this specific show with these suits would be kind of funny because just seeing them like this.
Now, people probably wouldn't like our reactions to it. But
well,
I like the suit though.
That's why, like I've said, when we ranked the Kamen Rider suits in that one video, I said that Ryuki was like the best one. That whole show's suits are the best ones because they're simple.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's not.
I like the fact that the sword is red and it goes down on the red arm, and then like the shield is black and it goes onto the black arm.
Yeah.
Same thing with the pauldrons. There's like a black dragon right here and a red dragon there. I like everything going on with the suit. I just do not like the helmet whatsoever.
They keep getting longer. The flame.
Yeah.
3-headed light and darkness dragon. Didn't read that part. That's the motif part. Right. This is the KR Kamen Rider. Why did I say KR? Cross Saber motif galaxy. Power combination of 10 holy sword with different elements. So this is like a god form almost.
Can't really see it, but
fire, water, thunder, earth, wind, sound, light, darkness, smoke, time, and void. Yeah, this is a god.
Basically.
God character. I mean,
go on Google and look that one up. So see if we can get a better picture of the old dude here. Un momento, por favor.
We're trying to find son of a. Okay, hold on. Go back.
Son of a poopy dude.
Yeah. Right. Well, no, I know the writer, but wow. Oh, shoot, where'd it go? Oh, Reddit.
Oh boy.
Can I get a better picture, please? There we go.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
It's got stars on it. Okay. It's just the same suit, the original, but with the galaxy in it.
I mean, it's not bad. I think it's actually kind of cool in a way. Kind of reminds me of Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
I don't like the stars. I feel like the stars are really prominent.
If they took those big stars out, it would still work because it looks like that galaxy-ish
kind of feel
thing.
to it.
Kind of like Q Ranger with all those Star Ranger people. And then people are like, that's not a good comparison. Well, it's a comparison nonetheless. But yeah, that one's a very interesting one. Next we've got a math problem. We've got Kamen Rider Saber Ultimate Bahamut form, the strongest legendary 3-headed dragon. So it's like a combination between the final form, which we probably watched that in I think it was the one where he's on the rooftop at night and like all that crazy stuff's going on. That one. And then incomplete final boss turns into baby. They made a baby.
I like the black one. The black and white looks cool.
The helmet looks like it doesn't match with the rest of it.
I feel like if you took that helmet, once again, made the visor just a little bit smaller, but then turned the visor red instead of blue, that would look super cool.
Well, just to have the colors match with the chest part would make it better. But all right, moving on. We've got the Kamen Rider Blades. This is the second Kamen Rider. Lion Senki form, which...
I like the lion on the chest.
He is the water swordsman.
Oh.
Yes. I do like the blue one more than I do the red one.
I do too. I like the lion on the chest.
I think it's just because we like the color blue, and it just looks better on him, on this guy. But, yeah, it's even got the eyes on the lion.
Yeah, I'm digging the lion. I don't really like the stripes on the legs right there. It's a little odd. But I guess it does kind of flow with the suit, because on the suit it has like little white lines. Kind of like Tron in a way.
Yeah.
Helmet, I actually prefer that helmet other than the other one. I just wish this would be taken down some.
Or you could just wrap it around the back of the helmet.
I really like the narrow visor right there.
Well, like I said, you could wrap it around the back of the helmet.
Instead of making it go...
Stab! Stab! But yeah, that's cool. I don't know how they got that shot. He's kicking in the air.
Same way that we did on the trampoline.
Kamen Rider Blade's Fantastic Lion form. We've got a motif on the right shoulder and wing of a Pegasus. The left wing is a fairy / Tinkerbell. Okay. The left shoulder is a Peter Pan's head. Okay. And the left forearm is Captain Hook. I can see that.
I can see that.
Where's Peter Pan's head?
I don't...
On the left shoulder.
That is his head?
He's a unicorn.
He's a unicorn. I don't know.
Wow. There's a lot going on here. They gave more stuff to the left side this time. And they gave a double sticky thing out, pointy thing out.
I don't like this one.
That one's a little much.
This one's too much.
There's a lot of colors. It's like a rainbow vomit.
Yeah.
In a way. We've got Kamen Rider Blade's King Lion Daisenki form, which is motif is a lion mecha / robot.
This looks cool.
It does look kind of cool. I like the dark...
I like the darker blue.
The dark colors on it. This one looks like an evil version of the blue one. It's like I could see the blue guy being like the hero, and then this is the villain, even though it's the same guy.
Yeah.
But like if we did it, that would be the bad guy.
Parallel universe of like the dark version.
There you go. And the people in the comments like he's not a bad guy. Well, looks like one. Hypothetically, in our thing, that looks like an evil thing, an evil person,
an evil dude.
That mecha looks evil.
The mecha does look evil.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Right.
We've got Kamen Rider Blade's Tadagami Hyoju Senki form. I kind of like this.
I love this.
I kind of like
it. Stop with the pointy crap on the left side.
Stop it.
That helmet would look so freaking cool if they just didn't put that in there. I get it. It goes with the other ones, but that looks so cool.
And he's got a lower jaw.
Right? And like the fur coming off the helmet on the back. Yeah.
It's like the head of a lion.
This looks dope.
This reminds me of the White Wolf, this bottom half.
Very much so.
Yeah, the White Wolf. And it's very simple, but it's funny because it's very simple from the waist down, but then from the waist up, it's like crazy. It's like a mix of both.
I'm digging that one.
That is pretty. It does look cool because that'd be cool if there was like a backstory where he took the head of a lion and literally put it on like as a helmet. That'd be crazy. Ice Lion King makes sense.
Okay.
Powers, sky, sea, and land. He can do all of it.
Bee?
You can be whatever you want to be, I guess.
Sky, eagle, bee, bat. Sea, shark, whale, squid. Land, hedgehog, elephant, cheetah. How do you get elephant?
Wow, for it!
How do you get elephant and cheetah? The slowest and then the fastest.
He can move very slow and move very fast. All right. Next one. This is the third Kamen Rider of the show. Kamen Rider Espada, Aladdin magic lamp form. This guy is the Thunder Swordman. Power of Thunder.
I can show you the world.
I love it's weird because most of the time I don't like the green color, but this green color looks good. It almost looks gold.
It is gold.
It is gold.
Yeah, the part on the armor is gold.
I think it's supposed to be green, but it looks gold.
Right up here is green.
Yeah.
And then the rest over here is gold.
I think the colors with the lighting and stuff, it makes it look brighter because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be green.
Oh, well, I don't know.
I don't know either. I just remember seeing it and I always thought it was green and I think it said it was, but I'm colorblind so I shouldn't be correct. But
I don't know.
But yeah, magic lamp.
I can show you the.
Didn't know Aladdin was a part of this. Well, Tinkerbell was a part of the other
Tinkerbell
one.
and Captain Hook was a part of the other one.
Whatever. All right, we've got Kamen Rider Espada Golden Alangini, or Gina.
Way too much going on.
We've got on the motif on the right arm, we got a Cerberus, a 3-head dog form from the underworld. And then the middle armor is a hedgehog. is a hedgehog. See, that looks gold right there, for sure.
There's a lot going on right
there. There is a lot. It looks like he has a in the last one, he looked like he had a halo on his head.
Yeah.
But
I don't like the spikes on the tops of the shoes.
Instant kill.
Kick.
Instant death. There's a lot going on. That's all I'll say.
There's a lot going on.
I'll say about that. All right.
There's a lot going on there.
This guy walked into the land of Arabia in Aladdin and turned into this.
Arabian
Kamen Rider Espada Arabian Night form.
So are these just based off of like Disney?
Fairy tales and books. Yeah, they get powers from books. And the motif is Mideast fairy tale 1001 the Arabian Nights, basically.
Arabian Nights.
I do think the name the Arabian Night form is cool.
Yeah.
I like everything. The chest is a little much, but everything else is great. I like the rest of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool.
All right. Next, we've got Buster. Kamen Rider Buster, Genbu Shinwa form. This is the Earth, you can tell, Earth Swordsman. Motif, Black Tortoise.
Black Tortoise.
You can tell it's an Earth one because his whole entire thing looks like gravel.
I hate this on the helmet.
Horn!
Absolutely hate it.
It looks like a gun, like a separate, you could shoot. You know? Yeah! Get it!
I hate it.
That's unique. I'll say that. It's very unique.
See, I saw this picture at first, and I was like, oh, that doesn't look bad. And then I saw that, and I was like, that's stupid.
What's up, guys? All right, moving on. We've got Kamen Rider Kenzen Saratobi. I can't believe I got that in the one take. Ninjaden form, the Wind Swordsman. Motif, Shinobi and Bamboo.
Bamboo? Don't like it. Yeah.
I think it's funny. I thought for a second his cape was coming out his crotch right there, but that's the back of his helmet.
Oh, yeah.
I think. Or his cape itself. Yeah.
Don't like it. His sword looks very bulky.
I kind of like how simple it is.
It is a lot more simple.
But I get why you don't like
stupid.
it. I get, yeah. The helmet can make or break with a lot of things.
Yeah, very much so.
But yeah. Cool. Kamen Rider Slash Hansel and Gretel form. Sound Swordsman is the Sound Swordsman. On the chest is a gingerbread house.
No, it's not. It's the freaking keys on an old Xbox.
And the shoulder is a cookies.
Oh.
This is quite creative, I'll say that.
That don't look like a cookie.
Quite creative. I will say it is quite creative. Culturally creative.
Don't like it. Wow.
We've got Kamen Rider Psycho, gold and silver axe form.
See, why can't they make the helmets like that? That looks cool.
That does look cool. Looks evil, too.
I like this one.
The light and shadow swordsman motif, fairy tale, the honest woodcutter.
Huh?
It's probably something we know, but it's just called something different.
I think that's from, like,
Paul Bunyan.
No, from Snow White.
Woodcutter. Oh,
the Huntsman.
Yeah, I was just
Maybe?
thinking.
I don't know.
Paul Bunyan.
Paul Bunyan.
Woodcutter.
Yeah. Not, I don't know.
That one definitely looks like...
I like that one a lot more.
An evil one.
That one looks cool. Helmet, cool. I like the gunmetal gray with the black. Yeah. I'm digging the helmet. Suit looks cool, too.
We've got another...
We just went a turn to
This is the same guy, but it's ex-swordman form motif comic book superhero.
His suit turned into trash.
Well, the helmet, I can see why the helmet looks like that, because it's a comic book superhero, so it's probably like the POW.
It looks like... Hold on.
Oh, no. The POW. The POW effect on a comic book. We're looking something up here. Oh, yeah.
That's what his helmet looks like.
Does.
Is the Nova Corp ship from Guardians of the Galaxy. You take that and that.
Yeah. That's pretty... Yeah.
It's just... That's gold and red, and that's gold and blue.
Well, I get why that is the way it looks like that, because, you know, it's this comic book, so it's like probably like the POW or whatever, and like the explosion or whatnot. But okay. Next we've got Caliber.
Now I've talked about how I like this guy.
Yeah, Kamen Rider Caliber, Jakku Dragon form. This is the Darkness swordman.
I just don't like the fin on his helmet, but the helmet part itself and the visor looks cool. Yeah. And then I like the purple and black.
It almost looks like
the
real soul or the Guy Solge, like the Void Knight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think purple and black just really go good together.
The darkness, man. Yeah. This guy is
same thing with the reason why I love the Dark Wolf guy from Magic Force. His armor looks...
You mean Mystic Force?
Mystic Force, yeah. What did I say?
Magic Force.
Magic
Force!
Same thing. His armor looks dope.
Yeah.
Same thing with this. I like this guy's armor a lot. I just don't like the middle fin. Looks dumb. Kind of looks like a swordfish.
That's probably what they were going for, I guess. Next, we've got Kamen Rider Caliber Jow Dragon form. Motif is the King of Darkness dragon.
See, like, there's a lot going on here, but it actually looks cool.
This looks like a final boss that you would battle.
You would have to fight.
Yeah, this is the guy
you would have to fight. Walks in. Who do I gotta fight? He walks in. I lose.
I am losing this battle.
I'm gonna die.
I am taking myself out of this.
I'm going to die.
I'm going home. That one looks cool.
Yeah, I do like that one.
He looks like a supervillain. Next, we've got the woman, Kamen Rider Saber, Insect Encyclopedia form. Smoke/steam swordsman. And I can see why it's smoke, because helmet.
The helmet.
Of smoke, but...
The visor and stuff is cool right here.
Yeah.
I don't really like that on the helmet, but...
Smoke.
Yeah, I guess the sword part on all the helmets. The suit kind of looks... It's very...
Butterfly.
Yeah. I was actually going to say, it's kind of steampunky.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess is steam,
yeah.
so...
Skin tight.
Yeah.
For once.
It's very steampunky.
Looks cool, though.
Mm-hmm.
Almost looks like a ninja, a little bit.
Yeah.
Motif, mouth, skirt, bee. A lot of words right there.
I can see the bee.
Yeah.
Especially on the helmet.
The chest is a bug. Okay. And the back is a butterfly. That's what I was saying. Butterfly. That was pretty obvious. Okay. Next, we've got Kamen Rider Durandal, Ocean History form. This is the time manipulation swordsman.
I like the fact that it's a trident.
Yeah.
His weapon is a trident.
Yeah. Yeah, he manipulates time. His head is a shark.
I would say that he would manipulate the ocean.
Yeah, shoulder, whale, trident, Poseidon. Yeah, the Poseidon's trident.
Yep.
And then the chest is a submarine radar.
Huh? I can see it.
That's weird that it's time manipulation, but his form, it's ocean history form. That's why it's all these, like, ocean-y stuff. Yeah. Okay. Next, this is my favorite. This is my absolute favorite out of all of these. Kamen Rider Falchion, Eternal Phoenix form. He's the Void and Space Swordsman. His power is immortality. This guy cannot die. Ability Ability nullification and can create a black hole. Sounds dope.
He can create a black hole.
Yes, this man is awesome. I just like the orange and black together.
The orange and black does look cool together. But the helmet looks cool too.
I do like a lot of it.
Once again, I don't like the.
Yeah, no, I get that. I totally understand that. But this is my favorite one.
It does look cool.
Out of all of them. And there's the amazing siren form. Motif, evil mermaid with a wing. Power, illusion, and existence erasure. So he can erase your existence. That's pretty depressing.
That's crazy.
That's a villain.
You gone.
Bye. See you later. I mean, it's an amazing siren. It's a mermaid, so makes sense. Huh. We're getting close to the end. We've got Kamen Rider Solomon, who is a villain in the show.
Oh, is he?
From research I've seen, Solomon, Omniforce form, King of Mages, weapon evolution of Excalibur. That thing is big. Yeah. And incomplete final boss. But yeah. Because he shows up towards the end of the show, I think. But he's a villain. He looks like a villain.
He does look like he can be a villain.
But there he is.
Huh. Pretty cool looking.
In that stance, he definitely looks like a villain.
Lord Draken.
Yep. I'm here. Next, we got Lord of Wise. Motif, Swordman, Council, and Fallen Angel. We got the Spartan, the Highlander, the Diego, and the Kuon. I guess these are all like little henchmen people.
I guess so.
But they kind of look
they
cool.
Look this, yeah.
It's different colors.
One's silver and black, and the other one's gold and black.
Yeah, very true. Kamen Rider Storius. I think he's a bad guy too.
That looks stupid.
I used to call, whenever I used to look up the suits and everything, I used to call him Tree Man.
He does look like he's got tree trunks growing out.
Motif, Demon King, and Tree of Life. There you go. A static, perfect and complete version. It's another version of the Solomon guy. But, yeah, Storius. Grimoire form. Tree Man, as I call it.
Interesting.
Tree Man. Alright, we got Kamen Rider. I've never seen this before. Kamen Rider Tassel. Tassel Dark form. He's the narrator for the series, apparently. Guardian of the fantasy world and the final boss for the live stage show. Because in Japan, they do live stage shows. And there's Kamen Riders in those stage shows that aren't on the show.
Oh.
And movies.
Wow.
And that's what he looks like. Motif is himself. Oh. That's pretty cool. His own costume is based on himself.
Yep.
Kamen Rider Disaster, another villain. Gaikatsu Ninjaden form. Black Storm Swordsman. Motif Shinobi. The head is the fairy tale of the singing bone. The chest is a tiger beetle. And the shoulder is a giant wolf.
I love, his, regular form is more cool than his...
Because that's what he actually looks like, yeah.
That looks cool.
He wearing baggy pants.
He wearing baggy pants.
It's like a parachute pants.
He wearing joggers.
Joggers. No, that dude, I would love to do, a character like
he
that.
Looks cool.
And actually dress up in, a creepy thing. And then there's, it's not like somebody is under it. It's an actual monster-looking thing.
Yeah.
They talk in the Power Rangers. Whatever. Whatever. Alright, last page. We got a bonus one.
General rank
boss monster. We've got the Legiel Legend form. These are monsters, I'm guessing. Charybdis, Hercules form. Never thought they would ever make
him's got big arm.
a Charybdis form. And then finally, the Zeus Predator form. That looks like a monster. I, for a second, thought those swords were attached to him, and I'm like, that is crazy. And there you have it. That's all of them.
Okay.
And that's our little opinions on that. In the future, we will look at more Kamen Rider stuff. I do really want to react to some of the shows and openings that potentially. I know we talked about that. That'll be a fun copywritten episode. But we'll do it for y'all. And whatever y'all want us to react to, let us know in the comments. DM us on Instagram. DM us on TikTok individually. I've been posting clips of our shows on there and our films on my TikTok account. Dawson has too. So go check all that stuff out. At what?
Mine is at, I think it's Dawson Mullins 1. Un momento.
He's got to look.
Yeah, mine is at Dawson _Mullins 1 that you can find my stuff at.
There you go.
And then yours is...
Mine is at Trace Parks 14.
Yep.
On TikTok. And I've been posting a lot.
Yeah.
I've tried to post one every day. But I'm getting in that 200 view jail. That's what they're calling it now. For some reason. I didn't even know that was a thing until I saw an ad for it. But
200 view jail.
Didn't know that was a thing. But that was us reacting to all the different Kamen Rider Saber forms. If y'all want us to start watching that show, let us know in the comments down below, and we will get to it. Like we said in the last Kamen Rider video we did start watching 01, and we did not finish it. And then we got hate for that, for not even finishing it.
Well, you know, oh well.
But, you know, suit's cool, though.
Yeah, I do like 01 suit.
The Mighty Mantis.
The Mighty Mantis.
Coming to a YouTube video near you.
Oh, somebody's like, he's not a mantis, he's a grasshopper.
Yeah.
It's because our custom character is called the Mighty Mantis.
It's what we're doing, and also the suit in that Mighty Mantis film is not going to look exactly the same as 01, because it's just going to be based off of 01's suit. And also the villain in it is going to be based off of I forgot what the guy's name was. I forgot what the suit was called in that show, but it was one of the evil versions of him, like of that suit.
Yeah, the black and white one.
Yeah. But yeah, we looked at those. Some of those are pretty cool. Actually, a majority of them I think were pretty neat looking.
Yeah, the sword ones are cool.
Yeah, but I think my favorite one was the Falchion, the orange one. That was my favorite one. What was yours? Dawson got to look.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Mine was the orange one. I've been looking at the suits for a while, and
yeah, that was yours.
That orange one is my favorite. I think that one.
I really like that one.
The Caliber one. But it's not your favorite.
I really like the black one. I'm trying to remember. That's stupid.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, I think that one's my favorite.
So Dawson liked the Kamen Rider Blade's Tadagami Hyoju Senki form, which is basically a white wolf.
Yeah, I love the helmet on that.
It's a Lion King, an Ice Lion King.
Ice Lion.
Sorry.
And then second to that is gonna have to be that one.
Yeah, the Caliber. Yeah, Caliber Darkness, the Jaku Dragon form.
Dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon.
Yeah, so there's our favorites. We talked about those, all that junk. But now we're going to go into the section of the video we are going to review and talk about Napoleon and Requiem for a Dream. We're going to go to the split screen zone in just a few minutes, and we're going to talk about in detail about both movies. Because I was remembering when we talked about the Hunger Games movie we were kind of vague with it. Yeah. And we really didn't go... I should have read the movie in detail for that one, and we could have just went off of each other.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're going to do, is we're going to talk about it off and on, give our first initial opinions, and then we'll get into spoilers for both movies, and we'll talk about certain sections of those movies, which one is funnier than the other. And we know why. But we're going to go into the split screen zone and talk about these movies. Alright, so we're here in the split screen zone.
Ta-da!
Wow, what a great zone to be in.
The split screen zone.
But we are going to talk about two movies. I've said it feels like a bunch of times now. We'll talk about two movies that we watched last weekend of Napoleon, which came out last year, and...
Let's look it up.
And Requiem for a Dream, which came out in... Requiem for a Dream. that came out in 2000, I believe, when I was born. Dawson was not born yet. But we're going to talk about Napoleon first. You can skip to Requiem for a Dream.
Napoleon came out November 22nd, 2023.
To be exact.
Yep.
But if y'all want to watch, go to the part where we talk about Requiem for a Dream. It'll be in the description below. So if you don't want us to spoil Napoleon or watch us talk about Napoleon, turn away now.
Yep.
So what'd you think about Napoleon, Dawson?
Right off the bat, I would say there is some slow parts in it.
I mean, it's a very long movie.
It is a long movie. All of the action stuff was cool.
Yeah.
Went very cool, very graphic in some things, and very epic too. There were some scenes that I thought didn't need to be in there.
Yeah.
And
it's like the 1700s Gladiator.
Yeah.
It made me think of that a lot.
No way,
made me think of Gladiator a lot.
And
which we'll get into that later.
I don't know. Overall, I would say it's a good movie. Out of a 1 out of a 10, I would rate it probably a 6 or a 7, just because of the fact of it's a good movie. Yeah. All the action is cool, and like some of the other stuff is cool too, and kind of is very like serious. But then there's just some stuff where you're just like,
why?
Why?
If I can find a picture of
what are you doing?
Just planking backwards.
I probably can. Let's look it up.
But I thought it was really good. Like Dawson said, me and Dawson kind of felt the same about it. And I will say it's a good movie for the quality of it and the scale of it. But I will say the one word that I would describe it, it's not good. It's weird. I will say the one word, if someone was to ask me what word would you describe this movie, I would say weird, because it is. It is one of the weirdest historical movies I've ever watched.
Yeah.
And like I said, we'll get into that in a few minutes. But this film stars Joaquin Phoenix and Vanessa Kirby, which Joaquin Phoenix, we did a movie review on Joker a while back.
Yes.
And we love that movie. Who knows? We might watch it again and review it for y'all again, because it's great. But it's got a lot. This film's got a lot more people in it as well.
I'm surprised I can't find a picture of that.
Who knows? The picture will be there or not.
Yeah.
But like Dawson said, this movie came out November 22nd, 2023. It is a Sony picture, apparently. Saw that, and it also is now streaming on Apple TV Plus. If you want to watch it, that's where we watched it. The film has grossed $218 million worldwide.
Wow.
And received mixed reviews from critics, though mostly negative reviews in France, which I can see why.
I can too.
With praise for the battle sequences and performances, though it was criticized for its historical inaccuracies, which makes sense to me.
Yeah.
This is the thing that I saw this the other day, and I thought this is fascinating. I'm reading this on Wikipedia, so half of this could be true and half of it could not be. At the 96 Academy Awards, the film received nominations for Best Production Design, Costume Design, and Visual Effects. Okay. Whether it'll win any of those, I don't know.
Costume design, I can see that.
I don't know for visual effects, I don't know, because Godzilla -1 is in there now, which is like the first Godzilla movie to get nominated for an Oscar.
I still haven't seen it.
And that movie, everyone's saying, is like the best Godzilla movie.
I looked up the whole thing of Napoleon sitting in a chair.
Oh, Lord.
Funny. And this is actually one of the pictures that come pulling up.
No, not that picture. Well, I'm not even going to talk about that. Apparently, so this, you'll think this is crazy. In October of 2020, Ridley Scott announced Napoleon as his next project. So they announced this at the end, during COVID.
Oh.
Which is crazy. Following delays and recastings due to the COVID-19 pandemic, filming began in February of 2022, so it took 2 years to start filming this, in England, lasting several months. In addition to...
How are you going to film a film that takes place in France and England?
Well, most of them talk in an England accent.
Yeah.
That's what they do in
That's probably why France is giving it hate.
In addition to writer David Scarpa, frequent Scott collaborators included cinematographer Darius Wolski and editor Claire Simpson. But it's based on the story of Napoleon Bonaparte and primarily depicting his rise to power as well as his relationship with his wife, Josephine Bonaparte, where Joaquin Phoenix plays Napoleon and Vanessa Kirby plays Josephine.
Yep.
So... spoilers ahead. We're going to go right into the plot of the movie. And this is how it's going to work. I'm going to read the entire film plot, and we'll just interject for what we remember.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's the best way to review it in detail, instead of having to try to remember everything vaguely. So we're going to do that from now on. We'll do that with Requiem for a Dream. Whenever we get to that one, I'm going to forever call it that.
Requiem for a Dream.
All right. Here we go. I'm about to lose my voice.
Here we go.
And you can butt in whenever you want. I probably will. I'll stop my own self at some points. In 1793, amid the French Revolution, young army officer Napoleon Bonaparte watches Marie Antoinette beheaded by the guillotine. I didn't know that was Marie Antoinette.
I didn't either. I will say that was like a very
that set the tone for the movie, really. Was her getting her head chopped off.
They actually showed the full thing, because I was fully expecting, because when you see a guillotine scene, you
it cuts away.
It shows her there, shows the thing fall, you hear it fall, but you don't see it, and then you see.
But no, you get to see meat.
No, you see the full
and then they're picking up her head. Yeah, and the blood dripping off of it.
Yeah.
Later that year, revolutionary leader Paul Barras has Napoleon manage the siege of Toulon. He successfully storms the city and repels the British ships with artillery. After Maximilien Robespierre, I'm probably going to butcher all these names, is disposed and executed at the end of the Reign of Terror, French leaders, including Napoleon, attempt to restore stability. Again, employing artillery, Napoleon suppresses the royalist insurrection of 13 Vendémiaire in 1795. But that siege of Toulon was a pretty cool scene.
That was really cool.
That was a cool scene.
I'd like, because he does it in this one. It always killed me every time, and it happens in every single battle sequence. And I don't know, we'll talk about it, all the other battle sequences too.
Yeah.
But this just popped up because we're talking about the first one, and then he did it in the first one too, and then he does it in every single one. Is the whole. And it's just like everybody charges or shoots cannons.
Just go.
He's like.
It's like the laziest go. That's funny. Napoleon woos aristocratic widow Josephine de Beauharnais, and the two eventually marry.
Short-haired.
Yeah. Despite their vigorous sex life...
She's a whore.
She's a whore. That was not included in the article. They bear no children. In Egypt... Oh, we're just going to jump right away from that. Okay. I don't blame him. In Egypt, he prevails again in the Battle of the Pyramids in 1798, but rushes home when he hears Josephine is an almost 10-year younger lover, Hippolyte Charles. The Directory criticizes him for abandoning his troops, but he condemns them for their poor leadership of France, and alongside several collaborators such as Talleyrand, Fouché, Sieyès, and Ducos, overthrows them in a coup and becomes first consul. Mm-hmm. Napoleon is crowned Emperor of the French, which I will say that happened so quick of him becoming the Emperor. It was nuts. I thought it was going to take longer. By the Pope in 1804, during which he audaciously puts the crown on his own head. Mind you, Napoleon in this movie talks in an American accent. Yeah. That, I think, would make French people even more mad. Yep. So, Foreign Minister Talleyrand suggests to Austria an alliance, though the Austrians dismiss the idea. A year later, Napoleon outmaneuvers and defeats the Austrians and Russians at the Battle of Austerlitz. forcing them to retreat over frozen lakes. Probably the best battle scene in the entire film. Before bombarding the ice and drowning them, which is the best part.
That whole scene was so cool.
It was very good, even though a lot of it, back in the day, like with Gladiator and with Braveheart, they had like realistic looking battle scenes in the fields and stuff. This definitely looked like one of the first CGI historical battles.
Yeah, that looked real.
Yeah. But you could tell it was CGI. And, like, because there's no way you could convince me to fight on ice like that and film it. It had to be some thick ice. It had to be, like, glacier level. Afterwards, he invites Austrian Emperor Francis II for wine, which Russian Tsar Alexander I declines to attend and tells Francis that since he did not totally destroy their armies, he expects the latter to be grateful. Napoleon's mother has him impregnate a mistress, which was the strangest scene in the entire thing, proving that Josephine is infertile. He divorces her in 1810, publicly slapping her in the face when she initially refuses to read her portion of the decree. He beat her, But the two remain on good terms somehow and continue exchanging friendly letters somehow. Weird. Napoleon marries Mary Louise of Austria, who bears a son 1 year later.
Wasn't she also, like, 15?
Yeah, she was young. Back then, they didn't care.
Let's look her up.
Speaking of that, this has nothing. It has to do with movies, but it has nothing to do with this. Did you know Singing in the Rain?
Yes.
Did you know that Gene Kelly was 37 years old and her name Debbie Reynolds, who plays the girl in it, was 19. Oh. And they're playing lovers. Now that's a perspective right there. Fun stuff. Fun times.
Josephine, when they married her, was 50.
That's funny, too. That's another thing.
18.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, because he does say a line in it where he's like, oh, you're 8. He asks about the Russians. He asks about the Russians' sisters, and he says that she's 17, and he won't go after her because she's 17 or 15 or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. They didn't care back then at all. In 1812, Napoleon invades Russia after Alexander reneges on a peace treaty with France. He prevails despite bloody guerrilla resistance by Don Cossack forces at the Battle of Borodino, but finds Moscow empty and later set aflame. Napoleon retreats during the winter to France, having lost about 500,000 men. In 1814, the coalition forced Napoleon's abdication and exile him to Elba. In 1815, upon hearing that Josephine is unwell, Napoleon escapes the island and returns to power in France, she having been forced into reclusion at the Chateau de Malmaison. Dies before he arrives, which I thought that was kind of messed up that they didn't tell him about it.
Is dead.
But they're not married, so does it really matter?
Nah.
King Louis? I think so. The Roman numerals mess me up sometimes. Sends the 5th Regiment to stop Napoleon, but he charms them into joining them. At the Battle of Waterloo in June, Napoleon, having amassed more troops, confronts the British army under the Duke of Wellington. French cavalry charges are repulsed by British infantry squares, and a desperate Napoleon urges his remaining soldiers forward. But this advance is decimating by reformed lines of enemy infantry. Basically, his entire army gets screwed. Really, because there's a shot where he turns around and they're like all dying.
Yeah.
The forces of Prussian Marshal Blucher arrive to reinforce Wellington, and the French are broken. As Napoleon retreats, he salutes Wellington. Napoleon is exiled, this time to the island of St. Helena in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, and is seen bantering with children, writing his memoirs that would become a worldwide bestseller, and presenting to his listeners a version of history where he is always right. And then the text at the end of the movie says, Napoleon dies in 1821, hearing Josephine beckon him to meet her again. An epilogue notes that roughly 3 million people died in the Coalition Wars from 1792 to 1815. And that's Napoleon. Ta-da. The ending, I will say, was we both agreed that it was very weird because it's just a back shot and he's like writing his memoirs and then he just dies. I don't know if they included that into the memoir, but he gone.
Little to say with the timeline of this, even though the British ended out defeating Napoleon, just remember, right before that, we kicked the British's butt in the Revolutionary War. So
there you go. Yeah, people we read that the French didn't like the movie. There's a section on here talking about the critical response. On the review aggregator website, Rotten Tomatoes, 58% of 324 critics' reviews are positive, with an average rating of 6.2 out of 10. The website's consensus reads, Ridley Scott is intent on proving the Emperor has no clothes in Napoleon, a slyly funny epic with bravura set pieces and a divided runtime that keeps it from outright conquering. Metacritic, which uses a weighted average, assigned the film a score of 64 out of 100. Based on 62 critics, indicating generally favorable reviews.
A funny epic. That's a good way of putting it.
Audiences polled on CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of B- on a A+ to F scale, while those polled by PostTrack gave it a 72% overall positive score, with 46% saying they would definitely recommend the film. Nice.
I mean, it was a good film to watch. I'm glad I did watch it, just to see it. Now, will I watch it again? Probably not.
No, that's a really long movie to try to watch again.
I will say the only, there's a couple of movies that are, super long that I will watch multiple times. One, Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Two, Dune. And also The Batman.
Yeah, The Batman. I'd watch that one again.
I watched that 3 times in theaters. I watched it with me, you, and Kaylin. Mm-hmm. I watched it with me and Dad, and then I watched it with me and Kaylin.
Nice.
That movie is phenomenal.
It's great. It's great. It was the best movie.
Best Batman
2022
movie.
For me.
It is the best Batman movie that's been ever made.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
The Christopher Nolan films, they're awesome in their own way, but The Batman is the best Batman movie that's been ever made. It is awesome.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. There was one sentence I was reading here about the historical accuracy of Napoleon, that these two historians believed it ignored Napoleon's numerous non-military achievements as well as his popularity with the French people. Apparently. So. But yeah, that was our take on Napoleon. Weird. That'd be my word.
Yeah.
I guess it'd be that should be our rating thing. Weird. Describe one word about this movie. Weird.
Interesting.
There you go. There's our ratings. Interesting and weird. All right.
Next movie that
now it's time to get crazy.
Now it's time for Requiem for Dweem.
Requiem for Dweem. No A. Also short for RFAD. We call it RFAD. I thought it was Road at first. Because, I said I thought it was Requiem of a Dream. Yeah. But this is Requiem for a Dream. And it was directed by Darren Aronofsky. It stars Jared Leto, Ellen Burstyn, Jennifer Connelly, Marlon Wayans, and Christopher McDonald. And it came out in 2000. Specifically, October 6th. 2000. And it made 4.5, or it was on a budget of $4.5 million. It made $7.4 million. Crazy. What'd you think of Requiem for a Dream, Dawson? Before I get into the specifics of this movie.
Oh, man.
This was a movie, I sent Dawson the theme song to this movie, and I told him, we need to use this for something because it's such an iconic epic song. And I didn't know it was in this movie until I watched it for the first time, and it fits so well. And then I told Dawson, you should watch it. And Dawson said he wanted to watch it, and so we watched it in the morning. Great time.
Ah, man.
But what'd you think about it?
Don't do drugs, kids.
It's a good film to basically show people what happens with addiction and how crazy it gets.
Drugs.
It is pretty wild.
What did you think about it?
I actually really like it. It's weird because, movies like Midsummer, like messed up stuff, I can't handle that much. I told Dawson off camera that, or I don't even know if I told him this, but Hereditary, Midsummer, and this movie are the only 3 movies that have left me speechless.
Yeah.
Ever in my life. This movie, fun fact, I teared up at the end.
Yeah.
And it's funny though because I've watched movies all my life and I've never seen like scenes from this movie really. I've only seen like the meme of the the meme. That's the only thing I've seen, and then I was watching it and I forgot. I couldn't even laugh at that moment when I saw it again because it was so sad, and we'll get to that later. But no, it speechless is all I got to say about it. If you have, I will tell you this: if any of you are watching and you have relatives that are addicted to anything,
kill them.
No. No. Show them this movie.
Yep.
It'll probably get them to stop. Because we watched a video of the cast reunion, and Marlon Wayans was saying, yeah, I used to do crack, and then I watched this movie and I quit. And I'm like, yeah, I bet you did. But this is actually based off of a book. In 1978's Requiem for a Dream, written by Hubert Selby Jr., which he helped write the screenplay with the director on, which I thought was kind of cool. Kind of like a whole Hunger Games situation.
Yeah.
This film premiered at the 2000 Cannes Film Festival. Selected as an out-of-competition entry, followed by the United States theatrical release on October 6, 2000. It received a positive response from critics despite being a box office disappointment. I don't know how. I feel like that would have just been talked about.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been like a Blair Witch Project type.
Yeah.
Because that movie is terrifying.
Yeah.
It is. Because of how simple it is. It's
terrifying.
So
simple because it's one of those. Maybe we'll watch that movie and then we'll react to it.
Yes, because have you seen it?
Yeah,
I've seen it. It'll be the second time we both see it.
Have you seen the new one?
I've not seen the ones that are not even really based off of the other ones, but
so there's the Blair Witch, and then there's the part 2 and 3, which are like weird.
I've just heard that they did the sequel was like they just slapped Blair Witch on it and has nothing to do with the first one.
It doesn't, because it's kind of like a remake.
It's just like marketing crap.
Yeah, which because it's like a remake, but in that one you actually can see a very small glimpse of the witch. And it's at the very end, and that scene is terrifying.
In the original,
is like trapped.
You kind of can too,
yeah,
sort of. If you stop like frame by frame, you can see it. But
I think it's just the whole concept, the fact of like there's these group of kids in the woods, and then like throughout the time things are happening, and then like throughout the time people are just disappearing, and it's like
and it's like the fact that they like filmed, they were like there was no script, no nothing, and they just filmed it, and they're actually like disappearing, and the actors were like, what the crap's going on? Like real life stuff is crazy. Because this film or not even this film, but someone else's short film was an inspiration to what we did. Our very first short film of The Phantom in the Woods is based off of the Blair Witch. We'll react to that at some point in the future. God. It's awful. That was when we were called Red and Black Productions, because we wore red and black shirts. Yeah. That was how creative we were. Wow. Yeah.
Now we've got Weather News.
Now we got this big old set. But yeah, no, we'll that'll be a future episode. We'll probably watch Blair Witch again and talk about it. And honestly, when I watched that for the first time, I think it was sometime in 2022 maybe. When I watched it, it made me wish I watched it when I was in middle school, because then I would have been like, I want to do this. Because that film and the way they explain the behind the scenes of it is exactly how our film stuff goes.
I think we should do a type film like that, but do it Bigfoot.
Yeah. Sequel.
Yeah.
Bigfoot sequel coming soon.
I feel like that would be cool. To where it's a found footage thing, but it's...
I know we've wanted to do a found footage thing since we did that one. Mm-hmm. Just do it better.
Better.
Yeah.
Because that way you can actually do it with Bigfoot to where... And, of course, you can make it a lot easier, too, to where it helps with cutting, is the whole, like, putting the camera down or, like, making it go up and, like, or, like, cleaning the lenses for cuts.
Or, like, in your face, like, turning off the camera.
Yeah.
Type things. Just make it realistic, basically. But...
A group of hunters go out in the wood to find Bigfoot, and it goes horribly wrong.
They didn't watch The Woods.
Who?
Those hunters didn't watch The Woods, so they had no idea.
We have an idea for maybe a part 2 of The Woods if my character might be alive.
Might be. And then we've also come up with the idea of other characters that they mentioned that your character died.
Yeah.
Because you bled to death, basically.
My twin brother.
Because we left it open-ended at the end of the first one. And 28,000 views later. But the film's visual style, direction, screenplay, editing, musical score, cast, back to Requiem for a Dream, and themes were all praised, with Ellen Burstyn receiving an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress, and I can see why.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the best part of that entire film. All right. Here we go. We're going to do the same thing we did with Napoleon, if you watched that. Us talking about that. We will rate it after we get done.
Caitlin just randomly texted me saying I want Taco Bell.
Oh, Caitlin. Well, you see,
you're not getting Taco Bell.
We're in the middle of something. You're not getting... all right. So, here we go. Sarah Goldfarb, a widow who lives alone in a Brighton Beach apartment, spends her time watching television. Her son, Harry, is a heroin addict, alongside his girlfriend Marion, who's hot, and his I have to mention that, and his friend Tyrone, which is the most stereotypical name you could give somebody, but that's the names in the book. Tyrone. Yeah. The three deal heroin in a bid to realize their dreams. It's not a great combination, but Harry and Marion plan to open a clothing store for Marion's designs. Also, I forgot to mention, spoilers. Should have said that, but spoilers. You'll see it early on. You probably have already seen it. While Tyrone seeks the approval of his mother and an escape from the ghetto, when Sarah receives a call that she has been invited to appear on her favorite game show, she begins a restrictive crash diet in an attempt to fit into a red dress that she wore at Harry's graduation.
That was so weird.
She was very obsessed with
She was obsessed with the red dress.
That's what makes it sad, though, because her dream was to fit in that red dress, and that's all she focused on.
You know what was funny about that, though?
What?
And I thought about this when we were watching that, and I might have pointed it out, I might not have. But, the red dress that she was trying on was not the same red dress that one she was wearing in the dream sequence of the TV show thing, and also the picture of the graduation thing. It was not the same red dress.
It's a dream, so I mean, you know.
But it wasn't in the picture.
Yeah.
The picture was not a dream.
I know. I'm just saying, like, the part in the dream part.
Yeah.
Where she's going through a psychosis or whatever.
Psychological.
Yeah. At the advice of her friend Ray, Sarah visits a physician who prescribes her antihistamines.
Ray Skywalker?
Yeah, Ray Skywalker. To control her appetite. She begins losing weight rapidly and is excited by how much energy she has. When Harry recognizes the signs of her drug abuse and implores her to stop taking the amphetamines, Sarah insists that the chance to appear on television and the increased admiration from her friends Ada and Ray are her remaining reasons to live, which is sad that that's the only reasons that you have to live.
Mm.
As time passes, Sarah becomes frantic, waiting for the invitation, and increases her dosage, bad idea, which causes her to develop amphetamine psychosis.
She goes crazy.
Which is a real thing. Tyrone is caught in a shootout, which I think that shootout is one of the coolest scenes. Because I remember watching it for the first time, and they're just chilling in the limo. And then the deaf dude just gets shot right in his face. And I'm like, whoa, dude. But I remember we watched the behind the scenes of how that was shot, of him running in the hall, down the alleyway, and that was pretty sick.
The harness thing.
It looked very low budget. Like how many people were like standing there watching him run and there's people in front of him like running in front of him, and he's just like so far away. It's so weird. Before GoPros existed.
Yeah.
And the Sicilian Mafia and is arrested despite his innocence. Harry has to use most of their saved money to post bail. As a result of the gang warfare, the local supply of heroin becomes restricted, and they are unable to find any to buy. Eventually, Tyrone hears of a large shipment coming to New York from Florida, but the price has doubled and the minimum purchase risk is high. Harry encourages Marion to engage in sex work, bad idea, particularly with her psychiatrist Arnold, also a bad idea, as a client. This request, along with her mounting withdrawal symptoms, strains their relationship. First of all, you're an addict, but that's also not a good idea for your relationship. Sarah's increased dosage of amphetamines distorts her sense of reality. She begins to hallucinate that she is mocked by the host and crowd from the television show, which is one of the craziest scenes in the entire movie.
He gets eaten by a fridge.
A fridge that melted from the inside. And attacked by her refrigerator.
Yep.
Sarah flees her apartment and goes to the casting agency office in Manhattan, somehow she makes it, to confirm when she'll be on television. Sarah's disturbed state causes her to be admitted to a psychiatric ward where she fails to respond to various medications. She undergoes electroconvulsive therapy instead, which is the most grueling scene also in that movie, where she's just getting electrocuted.
Oh, yeah.
Those whole times. After the heroin shipment...
die.
I'm surprised most people don't.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure back in the day they did.
You probably can.
Or you get brain damage.
Yeah.
That's what it does. Is it damages your brain. After the heroin shipment descends into a melee, Harry and Tyrone travel to Miami to buy heroin directly from the wholesaler. However, Harry's arm has become gangrenous from heroin use, so the two stop at a hospital. The doctor realizes that Harry is a drug addict and calls the police, resulting in Harry and Tyrone being arrested, which I told you somebody I watched reviewing it said that wouldn't happen. When that happens.
Which part?
The part where they say that they notice his arm and they arrest him.
Oh, yeah.
That would happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're going to take care of you, but you're going to get arrested.
If it's known that you're doing heroin, you're going to be questioned and probably arrested.
I mean, that thing don't even look like... It looks like a zombie bite on his arm.
I just looked up a thing that says that there's been, over 100,000 deaths from electric shock therapy.
That don't shock me. That don't shock me. I didn't even think about that before I said it either. I'm so sorry. Back in New York City, a desperate Marion begins to work for a pimp, Big Tim, played by Keith David. Yeah. What one of the weirdest parts I've ever seen him. But yeah, he was the perfect person to play that though. And participates in group sex for drugs. That's a horrible combination, and we can't say what the funny part was because we just can't. Sarah's treatment leaves her in a catatonic state of disassociation, to the horror of her friends Ada and Ray, who weep and try to comfort each other on a bench outside the hospital. With the music and that part together, that was sad.
Yes, very much so.
Harry's arm is amputated above the elbow, which is another crazy part, and he breaks down in tears after he realizes Marion will not visit him.
And then they give him a robotic arm, and he becomes the next Winter Soldier.
What? He becomes Morbius. Tyrone is subjected to grueling labor and psychological abuse from the racist prison guards, all while experiencing a painful heroin withdrawal, sweating profusely.
Yeah.
Marion returns home and lies on her sofa, clutching her score of heroin and surrounded by her crumpled and discarded clothing designs. Each of the 4 characters curls in a fetal position, which I didn't notice the first time, but I did the second time. Sarah imagines herself as the beautiful game show winner, with Harry, engaged and successful, arriving as a guest, and they lovingly embrace. And that part is probably the most sad part, because it shows what could have been, and it wasn't what happened.
Not.
It was definitely not what happened. That was Requiem for the Weem.
Requiem for the Weem.
And it makes your brain want to sound like that. It's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
It is a good movie. Like I told Dawson after we watched it, I really wanted to do a scene like the end scene where there's just so much going on. And it's cutting in and out, and this music is like sad, and you're like, it's crazy. And especially the scene where they're in prison and they haven't like helped him with his arm yet, and they're screaming at the top of their lungs, and as they're screaming, the camera is shaking so severely. Like, it's so... I know it's supposed to be like traumatic, but it looks so like terrifying.
Yeah.
Because that's probably what's going on in their head.
They're scared. Like, they're freaked out.
They're scared.
That movie is just so...
One word you'd rate this movie, Dawson. We're doing that rating system.
That's my word. It's just...
Well, Dawson said and I will give it speechless.
The meme of Soul.
Yeah, that's it right there. Just the meme.
How did you think of that film?
Yeah, that's it. I would say speechless, because there's not a lot of words. Yeah. There's not a lot of words you can say about it. I know the amount of times they talked about his previous film Pi makes me want to see that one too, because...
Like Life of Pi?
No, it's Pi.
Oh.
It's a movie that he did before this one.
Oh.
And them talking about how great that was makes me want to see that one too.
I thought you were saying like Life of Pi, and I was like,
no, that one is great.
That is a good movie.
It is a great movie. But I wanted to read this before we sign off, because we film and this is filmmaking. It took them 40 days to film this. That's crazy.
That's crazy, because nowadays it takes years.
It takes a while, yeah, because they have to like... The pre-production always takes so long.
So long.
But production for this, that's just filming. Like, probably before that, it probably took a while. But filming it for 40 days, and that's crazy. That's basically it's like a month and a half almost. Like filming for a straight month.
Just
it's
for
crazy.
The heck of it, let's look up something.
Filming for an entire month.
Think of a
straight.
movie. Like a well-known
movie. Truman Show.
The Truman Show.
My favorite movie of all time.
How many days?
Fun fact.
It take to film the...
What?
Oh my gosh!
What? Let me see it.
It took 10,900 days to film the Truman Show.
Wait. Oh, no. It means the show has been on for 10,000 days.
Oh,
in the
not
movie.
What I said, you dingbat.
It means the show's been on for 10,000 days.
Hold on.
That's still wild, though, in the concept of the story. But...
Okay. Name another one.
John Wick.
Okay.
I don't know. I was just thinking of something.
How much time does passes the John Wick movie? I asked...
I can
How
look it
long
up.
did it take?
Hold on. Let me see if I can look it up on... No, turn back on. I was going to shut you off, and now I'm going to turn you back on. Alright, let's go. Let me look up on the Wikipedia and see. John Wick. We'll both look. Production. Oh, let's see. Filming. It began October 7th, 2013. Okay, well that doesn't help me at all. Hold on. When did they end filming? Wow. It took them 9 weeks to film John Wick.
Wow.
That's about the same as
Yeah.
Requiem for a Dream. Almost.
Let's do...
Hold on, let me type this in. What movie took the longest to film? Or to make? To film, not make. It's a difference. Golly bum, man. So, there's this satirical drama called The Other Side of the Wind in 2018. The film was eventually released after an amazing 48 years in development. Good Lord. That is wild.
Oh my gosh.
That is crazy. Wow. Wow. There's this film in the United Kingdom that came out in 2022 that took 18 years. They shot it in 2004 and they didn't end it until like 2017. There's a movie with like that, what is it called? I think it's got Ethan Hawke in it, maybe. And they filmed it like scenes of like almost like once a year or something up until it was released, and it showed all of them grow up.
Oh.
Or something, yeah. But that's crazy.
It's taken us forever just to film Lost But Not Gone, but that's just because...
Nothing compared to 48 years. Good Lord. We've talked about that before, and we'll talk about this, and then we'll skedaddle.
Skedaddle.
I think the longest off the top of my head that I can think of that we took to make anything is there's only 2 that I can think of, and that is Steel and Who Took Sarah were the only 2 that I could think of that took the longest off the top of my head. Because Steel took a month to make because of how much effects that we slapped on it. Or I should say you slapped on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you caked it on there.
What about
¿Cómo se dice?
¿Cómo se dice?
Describe.
The Star Wars film.
Young Padawan.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about The Stranger?
No, the one before that.
Journey of the Past?
Yeah. Then that took months.
No, The Stranger took months.
I thought...
Journey to the Past... No,
too.
Journey to the Past took like...
Because it took a couple of weeks because we filmed all the Julian stuff, and then we had to wait a bunch.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean by that. Yeah. No, that one took about as long as it did The Stranger because...
Oh, did it?
The Journey to the Past was like 3 or 4 months?
Yeah.
Between each other, and then The Stranger was about the same length, if not shorter. It was like 3 months or something.
I knew it was something long because it still cracks me up. In The Stranger, I've got like semi-medium, like I got short hair on the sides and like normal hair on top, and then at the end of the fight scene, I've got like long hair that's put up in like a man bun. It's just like,
you tried to hide it. Something's not something here.
Yeah,
but then, like I said, Steel
continuity
took, great continuity. Like I said, Steel took a month to do, but we had a reason why it took a month because we just put so much stuff into it.
How long did VHS take?
A week.
It
took a week to.
Because I think we had a week to do it.
Yeah, because when we react to that one, we'll talk more about that. But we had a week to do that one, and that includes production, like pre-production, post-production, all that stuff. Yeah. But Who Took Sarah took almost a month because we initially weren't going to release it at all until we decided to do it because we wanted to premiere it. That's what we wanted to do initially.
Oh, yeah.
And then we didn't even have it done yet.
Nope.
At that point, so we didn't even know why we were thinking that. And then we waited like 3 weeks, and we spent like 3 weeks editing it.
Mm-hmm.
3 weeks working on it, and then it came out in the middle of May, almost a month after we filmed it, which is strange because every time I think of it, I think of April because that's when we filmed it.
Yeah.
But I think Steel, is the most. It took us a month to do. I think it was the longest to work on. Yeah, and that was, get this, that was 6, 7, 8 years ago, and that was the longest one that we did. So, filmmaking, everyone, craziness. We'll react to those films that we're talking about in the future, and talk a little bit more about the behind the scenes of that.
Stuff that took long to film.
Ben 10 did. That took 2 days to film, but we had to edit it over a week because the school closed and we couldn't go in there and edit it.
There's a bunch of films that took like 2 or 3 days to film.
Yeah.
Like I know Who Took Sarah took 2 days to film.
But like if you count pre-production,
3 days. No.
2.
The
second day felt like 3 days.
Yeah.
But
there was a lot going on that second day.
The production, we'll probably go into it in another episode of all the production stuff of how long it's taken us to do all that stuff, because there's a lot of different stories and a lot of different circumstances to why those took forever. But VHS has a really funny behind the scenes backstory because we'll get to talk about our competition experience in that. But that was it. That was us reacting and talking about some of the Kamen Rider Saber suits, which we had some favorites and we didn't have some favorites. Yeah. And then we talked about Napoleon, reviewed it. Weird. So I rated it.
Odd.
And Dawson, I don't know what your word was.
For Requiem
No, Napoleon.
Oh, Napoleon? I think interesting.
Yeah, interesting. And then we talked about Requiem for the Dream, and you said, and then mine was speechless. So take that what you will. You know.
I will say, if you do watch this, do not watch it with your parents.
Oh, yeah.
Probably don't watch it with your significant other. Watch it in a room by yourself.
I don't even know if you want to do that either. I mean, I did that, and it was not good. Okay. Do you want to watch it? Yeah, but circumstances are going to be against you if you try to watch it. I would recommend watching it, because it'll definitely give you a different perspective on life.
Yes.
For sure.
I will say, after watching it, me and Trace has already started brainstorming ideas to do.
Every time that we watch a movie, and we might even talk about this in a future episode, ideas always come. Every time. Well, except for Napoleon.
Put some drug scene like that in the river flow. Yeah.
Or like leading up to him. We could show that at the end. We need to talk about this off camera. But no, like Napoleon's one of the ones where we've not had a single idea.
I don't
for it. Because most of the time we've come up with it's a great joke.
Oh, God.
But that movie is just completely interesting. But we got to talk about all those and do all the funny jokes that none of y'all will ever understand. But
unless you watch them.
Unless you watch the movie. And even then, you still might not understand it.
Yeah.
But that was us reacting and talking about a lot of different things. If y'all want us to react and talk about a lot of more different things, let us know in the comments down below. Like we said before, we want to react to more things, movies, TV shows, whatever. Send it our way. We will do our best to look at all of it, because we just talked about a weird movie and a movie that is crazy today. So we're up for whatever. I'm pretty open to whatever.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, I used to not be, but now I just watch whatever and try to get through it.
Just no gay crap.
Yep. There you go. But that was us doing that. If y'all like this video, leave a like down below. Comment what types of films, episode ideas, anything, any segments you want us to do here on the show. We do like costume segments, Lego segments, any types of segments that you want us to do here on the show. Let us know in the comments down below.
Yep.
And the most important thing you can do right now is to subscribe, because we have got now 621 subscribers.
Ooh.
Yeah. And most of them are from the Comment or Hate video. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
We love bringing that up because it's so infamous now. But subscribe, hit the notification bell, be notified about all of our episodes that come out of the show and films. Whenever we get around to doing those, y'all will be the first ones to know if you hit that bell. So do it. Do it right now. My name is Trey Sparks.
My name is Dawson Mullins.
We'll see you guys in the next episode of the Weather News Happens or Not Show. Bye-bye.